Hello, good afternoon. My name is Sam Chen, and right now you're looking at my CIS 3367 midterm project for Professor Wheeler. So in this project, I chose to use the data for crime rates in Chicago from 2016 to 2017 because I plan on moving to Chicago when I graduate, and I want to know the crime rates that happen over there, if there's domestic abuse, if the crime rates are mostly domestic or non-domestic, what kind of crimes occur, where they occur, and if the people get arrested or not for doing those crimes, just so I know if I'm going to be safe in the streets. So in order to, so I got all this raw data from the Metropolitan Police of Chicago, and let's analyze the data by inserting it into a pivot table. So we go to new worksheet, just so we know exactly what data we're working with. And in the data that we're working with, we have each case number, the date that the crime occurred, what block, ICUR, prime description, secondary description, location, arrest, domestic, and location. So first off, we want to know what kind of crimes occur in Chicago. In order to do that, we need to go for the primary description, which is over here. And we need to know the count. So right there. So what this tells us is that there are 468 counts of arson within Chicago during the past year, and this is out of 264,000 crimes. So that's a huge number per year. So our next one, let's look at more data. Pivot tables are the most basic data sets that you could do, but they're very easy in order to just format and get your head around exactly what happens in those areas that you're planning on going to. So first off, I want to know if the people got arrested for doing these crimes. And there you go. And in order to do that, you need to put the rest under the rows tab. So let's see. Of those, of the 468 counts of arson, only 43 got arrested. Only 43 of them got arrested. How much of this is percent of the total? Luckily, Excel has an easy way to do this. We just have to show percent of grand total, and there you go. And this just shows that only 0.02% of all crimes in Chicago get arrested for arson. And that's pretty crazy if you think about it. Next, I want to know if these are domestic problems or if they're domestic problems. In order to do that, we'll just put in right now and and in order to just finish this, let's change this to non-domestic, just so we know what data we're working with, and this will be domestic. And this will just allow us to keep track of what crime and what data that we're working with. So crime, over here, the crime as well, and crime. And next, let's see what exactly is considered a crime of arson, because that seems like to be a good start. And in order to do that, we will look at the secondary description. So what this shows us is that of those crimes of arson, it's separated into 5 categories, which is aggravated arson, attempt, by explosive, by fire, or by IED device, which is and it breaks down by each description. And what I want to know is that what amount of this is shown as part of, what's the percentage of this row total. So in order to do that, we'll do percent of column total, and then look at that. of the 0.18% of crimes, of total crimes, 0.02 was aggravated, which is um, pretty good in my sense. And in order to look at all the data, especially because there's so much, we need to be able to look at exactly what we want. So if we want to just see arson, we could insert a slicer. So in order to insert a slicer, we go over to the Analyze tab, insert slicer, and primary description. So over here, and let's make it 4 columns just because we have so much data, and we format accordingly. And then we just press arson, and it formats everything to just arson. And the cool thing about slicers is that you could actually use a slicer in order to have connect to all your pivot tables. So if we check all the different pivot tables that we currently have, and we put it as arson, and we'll put this scroll all the way up, we'll see that the amount of crime that's arson is 468. Of those 468, 9% got arrested, 91% didn't, and 454 of them was non-domestic arson crimes, and 14 were domestic. And let's see for a different which is, we could actually select multiple, which is, let's also see battery. And in battery you can see the stark difference. And if we just clear filter, everything comes back. And now how would this be in a visual sense? In order to do that, we could just select that first data, go to recommend charts, and for this I believe the best way is by having a 3D pie chart. Just showcase the data. We have this over here. Insert. We'll move it to a new data chart. So by moving it to a new chart, it becomes its own data spreadsheet. And over here, let's format it accordingly. So let's have it by this design. It will be the 2016 to 2017 Chicago crimes in Chicago breakdown. And in order to just have more data, let's have it shown by best fit. And there you go. It shows you the data. So now we could present this to the Bureau of Chicago Police and show them exactly what occurs. And if we want, we could do it for the same data as the counts, the crimes. So if it was domestic or not. So next we want, let's add it to, let's see where these crimes occur. In order to do that, we need to add it to a data module of Power Pivot. Once it's added to a data module of Power Pivot, we'll exit out and we go to Power View. Takes a while, but once it's shown, all we need to know is a case number, and we'll use the prime description as a filter just because we want to know exactly what crimes we're looking for. We have the case, the latitude and longitude, and all we need to do right now is go to the design tab and click map. Once it has map, oh, my apologies. But what's supposed to occur is over here. Crime rate by map. And in the end, what's supposed to, your final product should look: raw description, raw data, pivot, dashboards in order to showcase your work, and then crime rate by map, which shows exactly where each occurrence of crime occurred. Thank you and have a great day.